Do you ever get that feeling that you're missing out on the newest features in 3D printing or slicers? It happens to me periodically when too much is changing all at once. This time I didn't hear about anti-aliasing on the Z-axis. Many people are using it, but it's not available in every slicer yet. If your slicer have it, probably you're gonna find it in Quality tab in Advanced mode under the name Z-countring. But first of all, what does it do? Simply put, it removes the steps from the vertical edges from your 3D model. That's in theory, but in practical way, the nozzle is moving a little bit up and down just to smooth out any sharp edge. Let me show it in a slicer. Here we have 3 different settings for the same model. The first 2 are set to 0.2 mm layer height, but one of them has Z-contouring enabled. The last one uses an adaptive layer height, but all layers are actually set to 0.07 mm. For today's test, I used a Prusa MK4S with 0.4 mm nozzle and the Filament PLA Sky Blue. The model with standard settings has visible steps every 0.2 mm, just like regular layers. You can easily feel it with your fingernail when you're going up or down, and the noise is very significant. The print time of this model was about 21 minutes, remember that. Now for the Z-contouring model, well, you need to see this. I tried to replicate the effect in plasticity, but it doesn't quite work that way. The nozzle isn't adding extra layers to smooth out the surface, nor is it just stuffing more filament into the gaps. What actually is happening is that the nozzle smooths out the highest edge and adds a little bit of filament to match the height of the neighboring layers. If you move the slider in your slicer, you can spot the nozzle moving up and down, creating a non-planar layer. It takes a bit more time, similar to ironing, because the movement is a bit similar. But is it any good? Out of curiosity, I made some testing with different settings. Seeing that all of those models looked worse than the one with the smaller layer height left me a bit disappointed. Keep in mind that this model takes 23 minutes to print, so it's about 10% more, in around 2 minutes more, but still takes longer time. You know, the time is the one thing, but the second thing is that it doesn't really work on the small models or the round objects. Why? Because the nozzle needs to have a little bit more space to just try to make this non-planar. However, if you do the test with your fingernail or some sharp object, you will notice that this one is a little bit more smoother. Unfortunately, the cost of smoothness is, the time and also the surface finish, that it's much worse. Personally, I will not use this effect on any aesthetics models. Even though this feature is experimental, it still opens the door to the next level of 3D printing. I do have an idea when you can use Z-contouring though. If you are 3D printing large round shapes like helmets or cosplay props, anything that you already know that you will be sanding it down anyway. Because enabling this option will probably save you a lot of time, manual labor and probably a lot of filler. Is your imagination working already? When you don't have to deal with the harsh steps, you can print your model with thicker layers and use this smoothing feature to take care of the staircase effect. But for me, well, I have enough printers and time to just set layer height to 0.1 mm and wait until it's done. Let's go back to the third and last model, because it was printed with layer height 0.07 mm. It took the longest 28 minutes to finish, so much longer. And actually I think the flow rate was a bit too high because you can see small bumps on the surface finish. So it's still, not that great. But there is one solution that you can actually adapt into the Z-contouring, and it's also adding ironing to it. Remember my settings for PLA, it was 70 mm per second ironing and the flow rate set to 40%. And then combining it with Z-contouring gives you this really super smooth finish. Check this out. It's almost like a one smooth plane. This is the backside from the heated bed. So this is pretty good. And compared to the Z-contouring without ironing, And now compare it to the normal printing. And then 0.07 millimeter layer height. So this is very similar to the ironing with z-contouring. I think the z-contouring with the ironing is the best, but it takes the most time because this part was printed within 31 minutes. So it's at least 30% more, 50% more time to finish this top surface. But you can imagine that sanding it down will be super fast and super easy, and you don't gonna need that much filler to paint it later on. And also on the spheres you can see here, I think the best solution was to use 0.07 millimeter layer height because it was the smoothest, and then probably not using z-contouring and ironing at all. What do you think about this new feature? Will it evolve to something more interesting, or will it just fade away? Let me know in the comments because I'm very curious. What do you think about this topic? Try to test it out yourself. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe so you won't miss any next episode that is coming up.